Hi everyone, today I'll be talking about two new cards that have been spoiled when FFG released a couple of spoilers for Double Time. First is Quandary. Quandary is a 1 risk cost code gate with a strength of 0 and a single sub routine, and the run. Now, aside from the awesome theme tie up with Enigma and the even more awesome flavor text, Quandary is a very defining card. The main highlight of Quandary is that, just as with Paperwall, it is a very cheap way to keep the runner out until they have some semblance of a rig up. Many people are comparing Quandary to its big brother, Enigma, but I think more importantly, we should focus on what it actually offers to the game state, which is empowering super fast advance. Strategies where the corp lays down many pieces of end run ice and begins advancing agendas even before the runner can get any semblance of a rig up. The reason why Quandary will empower this strategy is because now it gives these kind of decks more options of cheap end run ice to choose from. Now there's one more piece of end run ice that costs 2 or less and is available for 0 influence. That is huge. Being able to include more of such ice inside the decks means greater consistency and increased efficiency. Against criminals, for example, you can easily ice up all 3 central servers on your first turn without worrying about not having enough money to rest them all. It's just a niche case, but it just goes to show how powerful it is to have so many end-run cheap ice available at your disposal. With this meta shift, I think one perhaps intended effect is that it actually empowers Anarch runners. Looking at Quandary, it has a strength of 0. And of course it has a rest cost of 1. Anarchs have very powerful tools within faction to deal with such kind of cheap end run ice. Yes, that's Parasite, which for a measly cost of 2 instantly destroys Quandary. Moreover, with cards such as Reina Roja, Rook, and Xanadu, Quandary would cost an exorbitant amount of credits to res. Corps which are running such cards or spamming such end run ice would be faced with much trouble when trying to res them against a Reina Roja or anyone who plays Rook and Xanadu. So I'm not sure if the developers intended for it to be this way, but if they did, well, it's a brilliant way of empowering the weakest runner faction in the game thus far. So all in all, Quandary is a fantastic piece of ice, and it brings something to the table for both the corp and the runner. Now moving on to Lucky Find. Lucky Find is a double, costs 3 to play, and again is a simple gain 9 for a net gain of 6. At first you think, well, sure gamble, it costs 5 and you have a net gain of 4, but only costs 1 click as opposed to 2 clicks with Lucky Find. Well, the thing is, the game has been shifting as well. I mean, I noticed that now that having denser cards which pack more oomph, more punch, are more valued. Take for example, when Celebrity Gift came out, a lot of NBN decks were splashing for Celebrity Gift even though it costs 3 influence. This tells you how powerful it is to have an event or operation, that grants 7 credits at one go, even though it costs 2 clicks to play, even though it reveals the entire hand. The ability to gain 7 credits within 2 clicks is fantastic. And for Lucky Find, few other runner cards can rival the sheer efficiency card for card with Lucky Find. Now, when I was first spoiled to this card, the very first thing that came to mind was Queen's Gambit, which to me seemed like an exact replica. Lucky Find seemed like an exact replica of Queen's Gambit. They both are doubles that result in a net gain of 6, except that Queen's Gambit requires you to place 3 advancement tokens on an asset or an upgrade. or an agenda. So I asked myself, what are they doing? Are they trying to make this Enact card obsolete, as if there aren't enough obsolete Enact cards already? Well, turns out I misread Lucky Find. I didn't notice the influence bar. Apparently, yes, Lucky Find costs 2 influencer pop to include in your deck. Now that changes a lot of things. It's not unplayable. I mean, going back to my previous example, Ambience was splashing celebrity gifts, 3 of them, in the single deck. What's there to stop a runner from splashing 3 of these Lucky Finds? Well, it's certainly a boost for Anax. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a boost, but Anax having an Infection Lucky Find, Infection Lucky Find is great for Anax, and at the same time, it gives Shapers and Criminals the speed they need to be on par with the Corps, who also gain speed from cards like Quandary. So all in all, the game is shifting. It's becoming a much faster game, much faster pace, where events and operations that pull their weight dominate the meta. And I believe we'll see these 2 cards rather often in time to come. Thanks for watching. If you have your own views on this, do share them. I'd like to hear from you. That's all I have.